Alright guys, let's first things first, let's get it down on, I gotta get the wheels off. I want to get it on jack stands and then I can work on everything from there. Or at least the fronts, and then I may leave the backs on because I don't think I gotta do anything to the backs. I'm pretty sure the back's not lifted. I think it was just the front. So yeah, so I gotta take the spring off. I think that's it. You just gotta get to it, the spring, and there's a shock in there, and they don't appear to be, which there should have been, so they didn't even leave it. Yeah, so wasn't ever really lifted right because there's no shock in there. Just realize that. Anyway, you know, if you're gonna lift something, definitely try to do it right. You know, I'm not knocking anybody if you couldn't afford the shock or whatever, but it's gonna affect the way it rides. And in this case, and it may not be, it may be all messed up ball joints because they look like they're old, but you know, at 45 miles an hour, this thing likes to jar down the road. So it kind of goes away after a higher RPM, but still you got to deal with that, and if you don't know what to do, you could end up wrecking. So it's one of those things to think about. If you're going to do a job, it's worth doing it right, and you know, if you can't, then just hold off, keep what you got until you can afford it, and then put it all on there. That's why my Datsun ain't really went anywhere, because I can't afford to do it right now, and you know, given the circumstance, I don't really want to sell a car because they're hard to find, and when you do find them, they're getting really, really expensive. You know, 45-year-old car, but so I've just been holding on to it and wait until I can do it right. But anyway, let's try to lower this thing down as easy as we can, and we'll go from there. I'm gonna have to kind of figure out the best place to put that jack stand. I got them all the way up. Once I get it down lower, I'll be able to maneuver a little better and, you know, situate it probably a little safer, but for the time being, it's gonna be kind of dangerous. So y'all just enjoy the show. Let's hope I don't get hurt. Alright guys, had some stuff I had to go do. I'm back. Now I'll start cutting all these zip ties off and taking these wheel lights and move my way up to the rock lights and then get the suspension last. Alrighty, let's get to it. Alright guys, I don't know if you can see, wire there. That's after I've pulled most of it out. Alright guys, I don't want to show you all this, so I'm probably going to end up deleting, cutting out some of it, because there's just no reason for this to be like a 3-hour freaking wiring video. Anyway, so done the front, the rock lights and the wheel lights are off, everything's undone. Now I'm chasing down the wires to the rear, and I'm not going to show you all that, because I'll just show you the wire when I'm done, so you'll see just how much wire was involved in this truck. And it was done kind of half-ass, you know, not to throw anybody under the bus or anything, but I personally would have done a lot better. I know a lot of people that would have. Anyway, so I'm gonna get to cutting, and we'll see y'all later. Alright guys, got a lot of the wiring done, not all of it, but it's going to be a whole lot easier if I take these wheels off. So now it's time to get the rear set up on jack stands, and that's where she'll sit until I get the suspension in.